Good times and great music at 2NURFM 103.7. Hello, Mark Rourke with you for the next little while, and we're welcoming our guest who we kind of missed last time. I had a couple of days away, but Chef Gavin Forman, you have not failed to disappoint. The wait has been worth it. Feed the man meat, they say, and a nice bit of steak here. What have you done to it? Looks pretty good.
So we're using flank steak today, which is probably one of the cheaper cuts. But we sous vide it. So today the recipe is all about the crust. So it's got cayenne pepper, dried chili flakes, dried chilies as well, salt, pepper, garlic, a little bit of sugar.
I am seeing quite a few chili flakes on there.
Yeah, so there's going to be a bit of heat.
Yeah. So when we talk about the heat, in particularly with this dish, what am we going to expect? And I'm just going to start eating while you describe what's happening.
So there's two types of spice. There's two types of heat. There's the one that hits you as soon as you put it in your mouth, and then there's the one that's a little bit longer and will add flavour to your dish. So this one's a little bit longer on the palate, so it doesn't smack you straight away, but it will slowly build and build and build as you go through. You okay?
Yeah, no, I'm fine. I'm just about to say I'm really enjoying that. Lovely,
Yeah.
the right amount of heat.
Yes, and that's the balance. You don't want to go too far. If you love heat, I hate eating dishes where all I taste is the heat. If I'm going to eat it, I want to taste the actual food.
Well, that is I'm going to jump back. I'm sort of cutting it with a knife here. That is a bit of a balance, isn't it? Because,
Yes.
I mean, it's getting that right. So, I mean, I've never understood the idea, other than for some sort of weird bragging rights, the idea of having a meal so hot that all you taste is pain.
No, I agree with you. Well, wow, I'm in the wrong studio.
I know. What happened there?
There's a grab for your internet.
This is just like, Back to the Future's alternate 1985. This is all weird, we're agreeing, but anyway.
Yeah. So what we do is, the recipe on the website is to cook it quickly and not well done, because if you cook it well done, it will go tough as an old boot. So we do a thing called sous vide, which you'll see in lots of restaurants and lots of menus now, which means we put the rub on it, we cryovac it, we set it at a temperature.
What's that?
Cryovac is like a vacuum pack.
Oh, okay, cool, yeah.
And then we sit it in a water bath at a set temperature. So that could cook for 24 hours at a set temperature of 42, and it'll never cook all the way through. It just won't. Mm-hmm. So then when you order it, we take the bag out and put it on the char grill so you get the nice crust on it as well. So it also stops the burning, because if you put that straight on the char grill, it would just burn.
Yeah, but I mean, having a look there, I mean, it's not exactly undercooked by any means.
No, that's quite perfect actually.
Mm. Oh, it's really good.
Yeah. I love the way you sound surprised. I noticed you didn't go near any of the vegetables I provided as well.
I didn't want to spend the whole time just with something in my mouth. I love potatoes, so I mean, have we done anything special with those, or they're just potatoes?
They're parboiled, crusted, deep fried. Mm. But there's also, when I do my steaks, I like to use butter and oil, and butter is always your friend when it comes to stuff like this. And it also helps keep it moist, and you can just keep, bathing it in butter, which would be the way to go.
I'm not going to lie, those potatoes, which I've just had, very, very smooth.
Yes.
That was a really, just like the melt in your mouth type of...
A smooth potato.
Oh, lovely.
It's an Irishman's
Let's just
dream.
have another one of them.
So, yeah, it's not too hot. There's a bit of herbs in there. There's thyme in there as well. You probably can't taste because it's very little, but it's just, everything's in it to give it balance. And the sugar's there, because there's olive oil, which can be a little acidic. So you got the sugar there, which also goes with your heat. It's a really nice dish.
Mate, you've done well. We're going to give you a 9.5 out of 10.
9.5 out of 10. Wow! Even the presentation. I had to do something, because every time I bring a chef in here, I get done with presentation.
Well, the presentation was fine on this, but I mean, that's got to be secondary to the main game, really.
Oh, you must feed the eyes before you feed the stomach, Mark.
That's true. Well, yeah.
You're not going to sit down, and if that looks like, poo on a plate, you'd be, what's this?
Mate, it is very much far from that, I can assure you.
But I'd still have made you eat it.
We've all chili flat.
We've all seen the bin episodes.
Yeah, but definitely not for this one.
No, not sharing that one.
Absolutely not. Except that, there's some corn there, but just the cold once that's eaten. That's about as best as we'll get from the garbage. Lovely, got chili on the steak, mate. Appreciate that.
But if you can use different techniques, you can buy cheaper cuts of meat. And everything's so expensive at the moment. If you can buy the cheaper cuts and know how to cook them properly, they're just as good.
Well, in a way, I know we're moving sideways, but in a way, that's kind of like Indian food right there, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, the Indians, the reason their curries are hot is to kill the bacteria.
Yeah.
Because the meat wasn't a good quality. This is a good quality. It's just a cheaper cut because it's not as popular.
Yeah, so you can just get that extra flavour in there and go, wowzers, which you've done today.
Cool.
All right, mate, appreciate it. We'll catch you next time.
Thank you.
Our chef, Gavin Forman, on 2NURFM 103.7.
A broadcast service of the University of Newcastle.